Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty scary news coming out here with the Xbox, where we now have had official confirmation and official quotes over here, which I'm going to show you guys in the video itself, from the head honcho of Xbox himself, Phil Spencer, discussing and talking about the fact that, well, his consoles and maybe Game Pass and other various subsidies of Microsoft and Xbox might finally have to be raised in price. Now, we're going to talk about this because obviously no one likes having price increases, the PlayStation 5 price increase for other areas. Now, you guys may not have seen like a lot of that drama too, because a lot of that was not in America. I know a lot of my audience is American, but especially in Australia, Asian cultures, and Europe especially. I saw a lot of very, very angry British people for sure. But a lot of that stuff also affected a lot of folks, and a lot of people are very upset with it. So these price increases are very sketchy, very scary, and well, let's go and talk about it. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the $500 giveaway, which we at some point might have to make it $550 instead. And then as well, we have all the other stuff such as the PS5 giveaway, $500 giveaway, Twitter, Twitch stream down below, Amazon links, and Target links. And let's dive into the video. So we actually had a pretty intriguing, basically, interview over here when it comes to Tom Warren, who had a chance to have some pretty high and pretty big quotes out here. And this is all in regards now to the Xbox prices potentially maybe raising in the very near future. So Xbox prices may rise after the holidays. Microsoft says economic pressures are very real, but that it wants to keep the cost of consumers the same this at least holiday season. So very first and foremost, at least we're having like the guarantee that these next few months, they're not going to go and drive up the Xbox Series X to $550 and make all these random moms or grandparents or dads or single dads or whoever, or someone just wants us to splurge and have a good time, have to pay that extra money. So thank God on that. Like if you guys maybe want to get an Xbox, might be a good time to do it sooner rather than later, so just you guys don't have to lose so much money. Or if you guys want to maybe pre-buy Xbox, Game Pass, etc. So Microsoft says the economic pressures are real, and like I mentioned, at least for this holiday season, so at least the next 3 months, so it might be in the foreseeable future, next 6 months or a year, but at least right this second, we have a little bit of a buffer, thank God, but it does seem like Xbox prices might be coming out. Now, I want to show you guys a tweet over here, too. We're going to do a little bit more extra talking, but I want to highlight this very first and foremost from Phil Spencer.
For us running the business, we have to look at the return on our business, the cost of the business. We've held price on our console. We've held price on games for us and our subscription.
So 2 things to note right there. We have kind of been consistent on our price on the console. So Xbox Series S has actually been kind of going down price point, which is good. And then the Xbox Series X has been, they didn't go and change, and the PlayStation had any issues. They even kept it consistent. And in theory, like if you had PlayStation kind of take that brunt of the hit, and then Microsoft kind of swooped in right afterwards, you kind of get a nice little buffer of time, which is nice to see. We like seeing that. But so far, it seems like the ominous is coming. Like it does kind of seem like price increases are actually coming. Even from his words himself, he's literally saying, yeah, right this second, we're okay, but it does seem like we're kind of leading toward. This is like the soft announcement. Or, you know, articles and YouTube people like me and then the general public kind of get to start knowing that this seems like this is probably going to happen. But the part 2 is that they also just went and said game subscriptions too. Let me just replay it for you guys.
Console, we've held price on games for us.
They've held price on games.
And our subscription.
So that's kind of 2. This is on the speculation side. We're not speculating that there's going to be some price changes. Like that seems like it's confirmed out of Phil Spencer's mouth himself. But it does kind of seem like we're going to be speculating that maybe Xbox Game Pass might be losing that really good $1 sign-up deal, which would make me super sad. Or as well, maybe they'll start raising up the price to say, let's say, a consistent $19.99, because it is a good value. Like, they have Call of Duty now being included. They also have the Bethesda game, so Starfield 2 as well. But at the end of the day, if the price gets too high, I might just almost rather just go buy the game itself. I mean, at $20, I'd still probably consider it. But sometimes it gets to the point where if I know I'm going to be playing that game for a while, for more than, let's say, 2 or 3 months, maybe like a Call of Duty, maybe I just would say whatever and just buy the game itself, because I don't have to be locked into Game Pass. Now, there's multiple games coming out in 1 month that all seem very good. I might go and stay with Game Pass, but that is very ominous. Mainly because the Xbox Series X probably has all the right in the world to go to $550, or at least a slight increase. Or as well, try to push the bundles a little bit more as they were doing with PlayStations. Same thing with Game Pass. There's a lot of big deals. They spent like almost $100 billion, which is a lot of money, to go and also get all these games on Game Pass. Once again, kind of would make sense if they improve the pricing. Or I want to say improve, but like increase the pricing. Now, the one biggest thing is on games, because I really don't think a lot of games that Xbox has made so far are really worth the $70. I thought Forza was. Forza was a very good game. Halo, if I paid $70 for Halo Infinite, I probably would have been upset. My good workaround was Xbox Game Pass, and I could live with it, etc., etc. But even other games, at least in my opinion, like Gears of War, good games. Like, I enjoyed them. If they were on Game Pass, which they were, I like them. But if they also had to pay $70 and they increased the price point on the games, I don't know if I would have played it. I don't know if I would even give it a shot. Like, I think if the Game Pass is good, like, you give me $20, maybe I'll keep it up for a few months, and you'll make more money off me, probably. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to really want to spend a lot of $70. I have a lot of issues even spending $70 on, say, a PlayStation 5 game, too, as well. And, like, that kind of sets a really high precedent, such as God of War or Horizon, that game's going to be big, long, and beautiful. So it's kind of very strange to see how this is going to go on, too. But let me go finish up his next 15 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. I do think at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things.
And like I said, that's pretty much coming out of his mouth himself, that at some point we're going to have to raise prices. I mean, it's kind of a given. Like, if you looked at pretty much anything in the world compared to 20 years ago, a lot of stuff has gone up in price. There's inflation, just how the world works. But, like, it does kind of stink because Xbox did seem to be a very consistent player in terms of making sure things worked, making sure prices were good, being pro-consumer, and obviously you want to have, like, that acquisition cost to, say, Xbox Game Pass. So, I don't know. It kind of makes me sad, but what can you do?
Going into this holiday, we thought it was really important that we maintain the prices that we have.
Which is a good point.
Because we think, as you said, consumers right now are more uncertain than they have been in a long time.
And I do want to say I do appreciate that. So basically, PlayStation could have maybe did the same thing. But if you really think about it, PlayStation did kind of go and throw everyone a bone. Literally right before the holiday season, they said, well, they're just going to go and get rid of the prices, going to, raise it on up. So I will give Xbox some good PR and good credit on this one. At least they did decide that they want to go and maintain the prices at least through the holiday season.
Our medium of video games to be something that they find attractive.
Which I think is good. So at least they have some good words with that one. So basically for this one, there was a Wall Street Journal Tech Live conference in Laguna Beach too as well in California. Spencer noted that his company's Xbox Series S will continue to cost $300 through the holiday shopping season, as we mentioned, and the Xbox Series X will remain at $500. The company's games made in-house will continue to cost as much as $60 rather than $70 as of right this second, and the Xbox Game Pass subscription service will still cost $15. Just through this holiday, though, as well. So keep that in mind. Going into this holiday, we thought it was really important that we maintain the price that we have. Consumers right now are more uncertain than they have been in a very long time, and I want our medium of video games to be something that they find attractive. But he said prices will likely change at some point, as we covered throughout this video, on certain things. So they still did not specifically say what. If I had to guess, probably Game Pass, just because, like I said, you drop $100 billion, you throw in Call of Duty, which is a $60 game, you have all the other various games too as well, it's probably going to go up in price, plus with Starfield 2, Bethesda games, etc., etc. We have to look at the return on our business and cost of the business. We've held prices on our console, we've held prices on games for us in our subscription. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. And Microsoft doesn't indeed raise prices. It'll be the latest in a series of companies to do so. Over the past couple of years, streaming services providers such as Apple, Netflix, Spotify, Disney, and Google-owned YouTube have raised at least some of their subscription rates for their respective music and streaming apps. I'm one of those people, though, if the price gets too out of whack, like think Netflix, and a lot of other folks did this, I'd probably just cancel it. Like, even right now, I still have Amazon Prime. In theory, I kind of want to go and cancel in the near future. It just isn't really worth that much money. Even though with my Twitch stream, I get a free Twitch Prime, I use it every month, but still, it just is very, very expensive. So it's kind of crazy to see. I would say it makes sense. Like, basically, like, even Phil Spencer said, at least for the Xbox consoles, he's not at least expecting to run a profit, though, and relies more on licensing and other fees, so think more on Game Pass. So I really think this seems like it's going to be more of a Game Pass subscription price increase, if I really had to guess, because it is a good deal, and like I said, with the Call of Duty stuff I mentioned throughout this video a few times. But as well, at the same time, the Xbox Series X, they did not go and say that the price point's out of commission. Same with just normal $70 games. It's not out of commission. They just never specifically said when, where, what, and how, just that it will happen in the near future, and these are potential products affected by it. But at least, like I mentioned, we at least have the holiday season to make sure things can kind of be glossed over for that. So if you guys do want to get your Xboxes or get some Game Pass deals, like I mentioned, maybe get that sooner rather than later. And at least we have a few more months of hopefully normal Xbox price points. So give me your thoughts and comments down below. Is this good? Is this bad? I'm kind of assuming a lot of you guys probably think it'd be bad. And as well, we have the $500 giveaway for the Xbox, PS5, or $500 itself. Twitter and Twitch stream down below. We have the Weeble, we have the Target links, and Amazon sign-up links too. I just want to say I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place, and leave a like and your thoughts down below.